Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about a project that many of you are probably not aware of. Now, we are all aware of XDC, right? Everyone knows about the XDC network with Xinfin and XDC itself. But what if I told you that there's another token that is very similar to XDC, and it's extremely overlooked and undervalued? We're going to be talking about it because we all know how big XDC has become in just recent time. And we know how big the trade finance space is growing, right? This is a huge topic right now. It seems as though trade finance is going to be the first major market that gets the massive transformative revolution done to it by, again, digital assets and digital technology. But what about supply chains? Today, we are going to be talking about Morpheus Network, MNW. Now, I've waited on this one because a lot of people were asking me about it. They were saying, hey, Nick, what about Morpheus Network? What about Morpheus Network? And I wanted to wait on it. And I wanted to do a little bit more of a deep dive into it and do a lot more research. The only problem that I have with Morpheus Network is the exchanges that's listed on. I mean, outside of Gate.io, a lot of these exchanges, the only exchange I should say is KuCoin. And KuCoin has been dropping the ball lately. I'm sure everyone is aware of it. But this is a project that I do believe is going to be a major player. And I think that this is going to blow up in terms of value behind it, but also even the attention behind it. And the reason why is because of all of the connections. So first and foremost, tokenomics wise, this thing has sub 50 million total supply. The market cap for this thing is sitting at roughly almost $47 million. All-time high, going all the way back to roughly 2021, was sitting at about roughly almost $5. We are close. That's a 5x from here. But I think that this thing is going to do a lot more than just $5. And the reason why I say that is because of how established it has become in just recent time. So first and foremost, let's talk about what Morpheus actually is. So first off, supply chain decentralized. Morpheus Network was built to make logistics easier using blockchain technology, combining the most brilliant minds in global trade, information security, blockchain, and artificial intelligence. Morpheus Network aims to fix the inefficiencies that the World Economic Forum has identified in a $15 trillion industry. Now, these are the solutions: automation, multi-flow payments, integrations, and layer technology. And so far, we have witnessed Morpheus Network grow in the amount of integrations that it has on its network, which we will talk about. Now, outside of this, let's take a deep dive in to some of those integrations. So on the list of integrations, we have 100 plus Morpheus integrations. Morpheus Network integrates with over 100 industry-leading technologies and service providers. These key integrations facilitate swift settlements with traditional banking worldwide and allow us to incorporate the layering of other blockchain technologies to be included as necessary objectives in a given workflow. Now, down here, we could actually see some of those integrations. First and foremost, Ripple, which, by the way, they did note over here, right? Here's layering technology. The layering of new and existing technologies, legacy or blockchain, further enables supply chain automation. Integrations include utilizing FedEx's tracking technology to signify shipment arrivals or Ripple as a settlement objective in a supply chain smart contract. So they are actually integrating with some of the key leaders around this space to streamline certain things. We could actually see some of the players on here like DHL, FedEx, Swift, Ripple, UPS, Microsoft Dynamics, Oracle, Salesforce, AccessPay, Stellar, Twilio, Sum and Substance, Chainlink, China Post, Ink Protocol, and Perolator. Now, we can actually see down here that the digital transformation of the $15 trillion global supply industry is already underway. Position your company as a first mover in the world's first global supply ecosystem using blockchain technology. This is your chance to verify the real benefits of seamlessly integrating your services for automating global supply transactions and payments using blockchain. Immediately boost your market positioning with early adopters and drive new customer acquisitions with no upfront cost or big investments. So, this is an ecosystem around supply chain to streamline everything, automate everything, and fully digitize everything. When we go back in time to February of 2018, this is where we actually saw them add FedEx, UPS, SAP, Salesforce, and more in the Blockchain in Transport Alliance. So this is the BITA. This is a consortium of the foremost leaders in the freight industry, forging a path towards industry standards and blockchain use. Their goal is to bring together leading companies in the freight technology industries that have a vested interest in the development of blockchain technology. So this is where we start to see a lot of those integrations actually happen, because as you guys do see, some of the biggest names here like FedEx and UPS are already on here, which everyone knows about FedEx and UPS at this point. I don't think I need to tell you guys about that. But this is going to improve global trade and really kind of innovate the supply chain layer of it. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, well, what about XDC? Where does XDC come into play? Don't worry, we will get to that here in a second. I don't think that Morpheus network is trying to replace XDC or anything like that. Think more collaboration than replacement. But MNW, the actual token, because you're probably wondering, how the hell does this token actually be utilized or get utilized on the network? Well, here you actually have a full breakdown of it. So it's the fuel of Morpheus Network's automation platform. It allows Ethereum-based smart contracts to be used as predetermined automated work contracts, shipping and customs documents, and automated international payments. Remember what I said, right? Everything is moving towards automation. AI is going to be in there, machine learning and things like that. It's all crucial to this fourth industrial revolution, even with blockchain at the forefront of it. Tokens can be used as a value-based utility as cash or to pay for transaction fees. In essence, MNW tokens power the necessary components to optimize global trade. So it's actually a crucial backbone of the entire network. When using Morpheus Network's process automation functions, every step in the supply chain represents an event that is conditionally triggered. The backbone for our event triggers are automated workflows or smart contracts, conditionally executable code actions like payments, data transfers, etc., deployed on a blockchain layer. A blockchain backend was chosen to guarantee immutable data, enable data exchange functions between parties, and build a trustworthy data notarization layer for deployment of AI, machine learning, and RPA algorithm. And this is where MNW token comes into play. In a blockchain network, the notarization services for data and transactions, as well as the execution of automated workflows, are paid with a fee in the form of tokens. So the MNW token is the one that is going to be fueling the automation platform. So this is actually a big deal because, again, everyone wants automation. Now, they do give a full breakdown of all of this. It is built on Ethereum. For all of those people out there that are going to cry about how, oh, it's Ethereum tech, so it's already outdated, I want you all to understand that the reason why a lot of these projects are built out on Ethereum is because at the end of the day, it is one of the most adopted networks out there. And remember, all because it is an ERC20 token does not mean that it is inefficient. I always say this. But outside of all of this, it seems as though this is becoming a big project. And when we look at some of the players that have just recently joined the team, for example, Jason Scott, he's coming from Google, 4 years at Google. And prior to that, he does have notable other areas of interest. But he worked at Google as head of startup developer ecosystem, and then also the global startup programs Google Cloud. And then he came over to actually join Morpheus Network. Also, we have Avi Pollock. This is an individual that has a substantial background as well. You guys are more than welcome to check out their background. Again, not too substantial like Google or anything like that, but they do come from well-known background. And then also over here, this is an individual that actually came from Google, Amazon, and even IBM. And all of this information can be found in their blog. If you go to their news, for example, within their blog, they actually give a full breakdown of all of the individuals that are joining and things like that. Now, beyond those individuals, we also have Justin Rush. Now, he actually joined Morpheus. He comes from Amazon as well, 6 years and 6 months. Senior Global Supply Manager and also Senior Manager at the Supply Chain, Amazon Kitchen, and then Global Supply Chain Manager as well. So when we look at some of the names that are actually coming over from these substantial names like Amazon, Google, and things like that, they're joining Morpheus because they see the value in Morpheus. Now, nothing is a guarantee. Doesn't mean that Morpheus is going to skyrocket or anything like that, but I do think that as we really look at what's happening with supply chain and trade finance and the revolution behind it, I do think that Morpheus is positioned well. But also, I love to see the fact that they're actually integrating with a lot of these major players out there already to really kind of accomplish this overall goal. A lot of people think that collaboration is like a bad thing. Collaboration is crucial. And I think that with what Morpheus is trying to do, they need collaboration. And here's the roadmap as well. We could actually see the full roadmap going all the way back to 2016. We could see how established they have become in just recent time. Here you guys actually have some of the other partnerships with leading tech companies like Chainlink, for example, things like that. But then fast forward to where we are at right now in terms of 2024. Here we have 2020 to 2024. Scale to product market fit, build a brand, multiple use cases, verticals, and geography, grow customers, transactions, and revenues. And then here we have further expansion includes value-added resellers and independent software vendor that can integrate the platform into their solutions by selling to end users. Partners can also develop their own integrated modulars within the Morpheus network ecosystem to meet their supply chain requirements. So that's what they're focused on right now. So far, they've been doing very well. I really do think that Morpheus network is one to definitely focus on, add to your watch list. And just recently, my media company, the Web3 Alert, put out a full breakdown on MNW and XDC and how they are actually leading the way towards digital transparent supply chains. We actually have here the global supply chain is going digital. Since the Bills of Exchange Act in 1882, all of trade finance was required to be inked in pen and paper, resulting in the industry never adapting to modern tech. So since 1882, there has been no major modernization of trade finance. This all changes with DLT. MNW, Morpheus Network, and XDC are leading the way towards a digital transparent supply chain. The transition to a digital supply chain has already begun, and it's especially apparent when looking at the focus of the G20. Perhaps the largest standards body pushing the transformation is the United Nations with their framework of MLETR. While there have been countless blockchain projects that have looked to build in the supply chain space, few have been recognized by the UN as digital trade ready. MNW and XDC are the few that actually comply. The fundamental goal of MLETR is to transition from paper-based trading with physical receipts, contracts, bills, and more. Due to past technologies lacking a solution to check for tampering or immutability, we remain stuck to the laws in 1882. That is until blockchain came around and brought the strongest form of tamper-proof and provenance verification. MLETR aims to bring these slow physical documents on-chain as immutable NFTs that can be verified all throughout the value chain. On paper, pun intended, it may seem like quite a simple solution that's quite straightforward, but the procedure of disrupting such a traditional age-old law isn't as easy as it sounds, as there's tons of history behind it. Beyond this, the change from paper-based trading to a digital supply chain will be a huge value shift to these digital systems. The Morpheus network is not only MLETR compliant, verified by the United Nations and International Chamber of Commerce in their paperless trading database, they are also bringing a unique solution to the DLT supply chain space that has been quite unheard of. This is through a tech-agnostic middleware that's compatible with both DLT and legacy supply chain systems. Their solution is quite similar to Q&T in terms of agnostic interoperability, though they're built specifically fit for the supply chain right out of the box. The Morpheus Network team is also heavily constructed of members with a combined decades of experience at some of the leading logistics companies in the world, such as DHL, for example. Specifically, their CEO is quite a recognized name in the supply chain space. Being on the International Supply Chain Education Alliance Standards Board, he assists in overseeing and settling standards for the modern supply chain. Additionally, he's also recognized by the United Nations as supply chain expert, and in return has presented multiple UN-held masterclasses on digital trading. They've been adopted by enterprises and even governments of various sizes to assist in bridging their supply chain infrastructure with DLT, but Morpheus Network's connectivity goes beyond their internal team, even in their utility. As what makes MNW the perfect supply chain infrastructure is all the additions of core supply chain components such as Swift, Access Pay, Oracle, FedEx, DHL, UPS, China Post. I've mentioned all of these. This is not only making them an extremely ready solution, but one that's fit for the future of ports. XDC, on the other hand, is much more similar to traditional layer 1 blockchain, though their hybrid approach inspired by Ethereum, Quorum, and Hyperledger Fabric make it data privacy and security features especially fitting for enterprise use. XDC network is specifically focused on the trade finance part of the global supply chain. Much like MNW, they have also been verified and backed by the UN and ICC as an MLETR ready solution, though one could argue that XDC is seen as the golden child of MLETR by the standards body. As XDC has really gone above and beyond with their efforts to transform the supply chain digitally, the International Trade and Forfeiting Association is one of the largest global trade consortiums. One of their largest focuses also working in collaboration with the UN on advancing MLETR. Interestingly enough, though, XDC Network is the only public blockchain that's involved within the ITFA's initiatives. Other companies involved, and here's all of those major leaders. Again, When we look at the overlap of MNW and XDC as two MLATR leaders are visible in both their collaboration with the Singapore IMDA, both of which are bringing Singapore's trade finance and supply chain solutions digital. Both have a common goal in mind, yet both bring specific benefits in their own regards. MNW is connecting their future paper-based trade platform to their core legacy supply chain infrastructure, whereas XDC is enabling an MLATR compliant platform that also interoperates with Trade Trust. Over the years, there have been various solutions aiming to bring the supply chain into or onto DLT, but few have been successful or adopted at a wide global scale. The backing MNW and XDC bring not only showcases their innovative solutions, but also just how well connected they are within the supply chain. And again, this is why I say collaboration is so damn crucial, and you need to focus on things outside of just, hey, which one is better? So at the end of the day, when we really look at XDC and also Morpheus Network, I do think that these are two projects that everyone should have in their watch list. Everyone should keep a close eye out on both of them. In my opinion, I do think that Morpheus Network is going to be a huge winner going forward on in time, especially with the backing behind it, what they have accomplished and what they have done. I don't think that this one had a proper bull run back in 2021. I think that this next run up is going to be a big one. Again, nothing is guaranteed. You could easily lose all your money. Do not take any of this as financial advice. I'm strictly just doing research and letting you guys in on what I foresee happening. Anything is possible, but with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.